Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that we took today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into Friday, because obviously market is closed tomorrow, so yeah, not going to be trading at all. So if we look at the charts today, obviously FOMC, I really wasn't planning on trading or taking anything, but just a recap of the price action today. If we look here, 30-minute chart here tells us the trend. Obviously, we knew going into today, market was actually bearish at the open, but I think we ended up gapping up, and that caused the chart to go negative. So if we look here, 30-minute, no trend on the call side. We flip to the puts. What did we see right here at open? We opened right at this 50 SMA. 50 SMA sloped down, so I really wouldn't consider this much of a trend. We actually ended up rejecting, I think, the 2-hour 50 right here. We did have that resistance overhead, which it rejected, and then yeah, we closed below the 1 hour, retested the 50. I mean, just choppy action today. We had FOMC, so really wasn't interested in too much. If we got a trade before FOMC, I would have taken it, but if we look to the 0-day chart, this is what we had. So if we pull up the call side, what did we have today? Today off of open, you can see we opened down here 9:30. We almost got this cross right here on the call side. The 50 really never curled up. You can see as soon as we got the cross, 50 is down, and there is no entry point. If we ended up getting back above the 10 and the 50 right here, which we did, but this 10 SMA was still like crossing down. So if this candle ended up flipping green and closing above, it probably would have flattened out and been a good trade to take, but that just didn't end up happening. And then this chart went negative, which honestly, if you were looking for a trade today, you could have taken this right here, closure below the 10, and the 50's curling down, closure below the 10, and then look at the move you get. Very nice move down. That would have been the only trade that you could have possibly taken really today. And then if we flip to the other side, the premium on the put side, flip to the put side, this is what we looked like. This chart actually ended up going negative here off of open, which you could have tried taking a trade off of, but I don't know, I just didn't like it because of how far we were from the SMAs by the time this 50 ended up actually flattening and curling down. So I wouldn't have taken that. Just wasn't a good set, in my opinion, for the risk. And you can see we had FOMC at whatever time this was here, I think somewhere in this mess, and obviously wouldn't be taking anything in this area. Even there was a cross that happened. I don't even think that this 50 SMA ended up actually curling. It eventually did, but we were still below the 50. So I mean, there's nothing to take right here. I think this is what, 2 o'clock. Yeah, so FOMC was right here. This chart's pretty much irrelevant. So that's pretty much the recap of today. There really wasn't much going on. There was like one maybe trade you could have taken with that negative cross, but yeah, slow day for the market. Obviously, FOMC didn't really do much. We just pumped, dumped, chopped around, and yeah, there was no entries to take. If we look going into the end of the week, what do we look like? We're gonna get new contracts. So I think I don't know what the other contracts look a bit funky at the moment. I think the puts are currently above the 50 SMA. If we pull them up actually real quick, see what they look like. I think I started pulling them up. Maybe not. 605s. Are these for? No, these are. Never mind. This is for July 18th. But I am still pretty bullish just because this chart right here. If you're confused on why this chart up, I'm not gonna explain it. It's just a new variation of the system. But like this is like for like really higher time frame trend and the higher time frame outlook. And this chart is still crossed. The 50's up. So I'm still longer term bullish. Once we get that like intraday cross on the 30-minute, not intraday cross, that 30-minute chart for like the Friday contract expiration for like the current week, or that like 1 week out contract on like the Friday, and that flips bullish, then I will really be bullish because just everything will be aligned for the upside. But I don't really want to go over that. It's more for the Discord. It's a little bit newer of the system, and I'm actually going to show you the other charts real quick for the individual stocks. But game plan for Friday, it's pretty simple. If the 30 minutes crossed on puts, then we will be focused on the bear side, and we're going to be looking for a 0-day cross on puts, 50 dip on puts. If we're neutral, most likely that would end up pushing us higher, just because I think the puts are currently crossed. It's just a funky looking chart, I think, and if that chart goes negative, then most likely we will get a cross on the call side. So 0-day cross on calls, 10 SMA reclaim on calls if market's neutral. So those are the two scenarios going into Friday. And then if we pull up the individual stocks, this is like the new variation of the system. So I already showed you guys this. The what chart is this? Nvidia. I told you guys this is Amazon actually. Very bullish chart. It's down a little bit today. The best opportunity for these like trades is this 50 SMA. I got in this a little bit early. I'm not gonna lie. I'm down like 34% right now. So As long as 50 SMA holds, I'm going to continue to hold it. If we get down in this 50 SMA, I'll probably add a little bit more, because I did leave a little bit of room to add one last batch. If we do come near this 50, if we come near $5 on the premium, I'll probably just throw a little bit more on the table, because this is a good looking chart. 10's going above the 50, 50's curling up, it looks nice. And then if we look at these other charts, Microsoft, I mean, this is like what I want Amazon and what I want Nvidia to do. I mean, it's a very clean chart. We're just playing this 10 SMA, 50 SMA cross. Like I said, it's the same exact concept as the 0-day chart. 0 DT chart, when we're playing the 5-minute crosses, it's the same concept. So 10 goes above the 50, 50 curls up. If we're a little extended from the 10 SMA, you wait for the dip to the 10, and you would have got this probably around like $3 a contract, highs of 11. Realistically, you're probably selling, up in this area here for like over 100%, and then just have some runners at break even, and you would have never got stopped at break even, and you'd be selling on this next leg up. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd probably be all out by now, but that's what I'm hoping for on these other tickers. And we also have Hood, another one that just looks really good. I mean, if you bought this initial cross, same exact concept, 10 above the 50, we're extended a bit from the 10 SMA, we pull back to the 10, 50's curling up by this dip area anywhere near the 10. Let's say you got a bad fill, 130. All right, 130, well, that goes to 289 in a few days, and then that goes to 666. I mean, it's a very simple concept. This is just higher time frame swings, and this is better for people that can't be on the charts 24/7. Like if you have a job, you could literally play these swings, have a stop loss in place on your contract, like somewhere below this 50 SMA. Sometimes, yes, we will wick below it, but if you have a stop loss below it, or just at the end of the day, check it, because you're going to be stopping out if we get a closure below the 50 SMA. So, right before close, maybe you could check it, or, the next day, if it closes below the 50 at open, just sell it. But obviously it would be better to get it off at the close, just in case it does gap down. But yeah, it's a very simple concept. A lot of good looking charts. I think we have one more here. This is Nvidia. So this chart is just coiling up for a move, in my opinion. I'm bullish on Nvidia, just because when we look at this chart, it's just consolidating. It's a cross that's consolidating, and it's not breaking below the 50. Once we get a closure back above the 10, I think this is actually going to fly really hard. I'm down about like 4% on my July 18th contracts. It's a month out, so plenty of time on them. If we dip to the 50, I'm actually not going to add more, because I do have some decent size on this already. So yeah, I'm just going to rock with what I have. I have plenty of time on the contracts, 1 month out, for this to play out. And yeah, I'm bullish on this chart. So these are like freebies. I mean, these are like higher time frame plays. So I mean, if you're watching this and you want to take the trade, you could. I'm sharing that for free. So yeah, make sure you guys watch all the videos till the end, because I'll be sharing some of these freebies on these higher time frame charts. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got though. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to learn like in depth, join the Discord. That's where all the trades are shared, all the knowledge on the systems in there. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.